Welcome to the third instalment of Catch Up with the Jesuits. I'm Julian Butler and I'm joined today by Father Andy Nguyen and Father Ramesh Richards. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you, Julian.
Father Andy, if I can begin with you, you work at North Sydney Catholic Parish. What is it that Jesuits bring to parish ministry?
Obviously, Catholicism and Ignatian spirituality, but I think in a deeper level is trying to connect people from their experience of daily life, how do they experience God, bring that together in relationship with God, in the worshiping of God in our masses and sacramental ministries and celebration, and bring them together with their experience in their life every day and to see how God's working in their daily life. And I think that's important to focus on, not just on the celebration of the liturgy, but also how to relate that to their life experience and trying to find God in that their experience of life. Yeah.
Beautiful. Father Ramesh, you're the rector at the Cardinal Project. Would you tell us a little about what the Cardinal Project does?
Yes, so the Cardinal Project is the Australian Province Young Adult Ministry arm, really. It seeks to work with young adults and also present a different model of church. So we celebrate the sacraments every day as church, but we also do different kind of volunteering aspects. And, the Jesuits talk about a faith that does justice. So yes, we are a community of faith that does justice. So we volunteer in a restaurant. So we run a volunteer-based restaurant. And the funds from the restaurant, the profits from the restaurant, serve our overseas and local missions. We also provide meals to people who can't afford a meal. We also run programs for young adults and high school students. So almost peer-to-peer, we form young adults to talk about their faith, and then we take them to schools and they give talks to the many schools, not just Jesuit schools in Sydney, but across Australia and beyond the Jesuit circle. Student accommodation, intentional community of 17 young men and women who are studying full-time at university. And we pray together, we cook for each other, and we share our lives together. So again, it's like the early church, they used to come together, live together communally, and worship together. So that's one, and that's the third one. The fourth one is we send young people overseas and local missions in Northern Territory for something like 3 weeks all the way to a year. Most of the time they teach English, and many of them form relationships that have lasted for years already.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Back to you, Father Andy. In that pastoral ministry or in your life in general, what's given you joy over the last week?
We can sing again. I think that is the most joyful thing I can say about being in Paris for the last 10 months or so, nearly a year, and because of COVID, we can't sing. And so that first, especially during the Easter Vigil, where we were able to sing, and that the right moments for it to happen, I guess. And it was very joyful to experience the people singing and us and the ministers and the priests and the people, all the faithful gathered and sing the hymn and the sound of the exalted. All of that just bring me a lot of renewed joy, especially what happened for the last year.
Brilliant. It is beautiful, isn't it? Father Ramesh, what's given you joy over the last week?
One of the things, Julian, is that I do often is have spiritual conversation and spiritual direction with young people. It's every day these things happen. But this week, really, I had two spiritual conversations with two different people that, really reminded me of how God is really, really active and busy in this world. And also how these young people really they're beautiful people wanting to do or wanting to be the best version of who they are, the one that has been created by God. And so they want to be very close to that vision that God has for them. And what joy and privilege for me to just be with them and listen and walk with. Yeah, that has given me life this week.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, we've heard something of spiritual conversation and the beauty of liturgy, something of working with young people, and that bringing together the sacraments and the lives of the faithful. So thanks so much for sharing that and sharing something of our Jesuit life with viewers. Cheers to you both. Thank you.
Thank you.